Yeah. Now, where is this file? Okay, here. Now these are my non-null values, and these are the my null values. Okay. Now, what we have to do? We have to first of all check the length of this. So how can we check the length of this? Yeah, we can change it, take it by different various factors. Okay. Now I'm checking it with the help of length function and this one, length of this. Now these are the null values and these are the non-null values. Okay. Now what I have to do, uh, okay, I think we completed all these codes on yesterday's class. Okay, right? So I think we today we are going to start the topic of LOC and ILOC, right? Actually, the code, yeah, that's why I thought that there is the missing that we are going to today start the topic of LOC and ILOC. Okay, no issue. Then we will start with the what is the LOC and what is the ILOC. Okay, first of all, can you first of all look out at this data. Now tell me where are the indexes are present. Index, where is the index present now? At which column? At here, right? These are the your index numbers, right? And these are the your columns, 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 column row. Yeah, you can say that because here are the columns present, right? Now look at here. What I am writing that data dot data dot ILOC, data dot ILOC, and now I am writing one number, data dot ILOC, and now one number. Now look at here. He is giving me the information of passenger ID 2. Which passenger ID? Passenger ID 2. So it is having the index number 1. What I have written here? ILOC, and inside the ILOC 1, it is giving us the index number 1 information, right? Look at here carefully. And what is the name? Cummings. It should be a Cummings. Yeah, it is having Cummings, right? But I have written here index number. But what I have written here? ILOC. ILOC and 1. Okay. Now, similarly, data dot LOC and LOC and 1. Okay, it is also giving us the same one number, but there is a twist after some time. Okay, both are giving us the index numbers, but whenever I'm writing data dot ILOC, ILOC from 1 to 5, from 1 to 5. Now this is giving me the data till which number? Tell me. It is starting from which location? 1 index location of. We have learned that whenever we do the slicing, starting text as it is, but whatever ending we are number writing, that is excluding. It takes as a excluding. Okay. What I do here, I will start it from the 0. Okay, 0 to 5. Okay, but it is giving me the index number till 4, excluding that 5 list. Yeah, Similar to list. Similar to list. Whenever we are using index, it is similar to list. But whenever I am writing data dot only location, and inside the location I am again now writing from 0 to 5. Now it is giving me 5. Now it is giving me, but when it is giving me 5, whenever I am writing only location, but there I haven't mentioned the index location. But whenever I am mentioning index location, that is ILOC, it is in the format of the indexes, right? That is the difference between LOC and ILOC. Now write down code LOC. No, no, it was yesterday's code. Yes, ILOC. Yes. No, there is a few more differences. No, now after this we are going to look what is the differences. First of all, write down till here. Completed? Completed this one? Okay. Now look at here again. Now this is my data, and from the data I am looking for the ILOC from 0 to 10. 0 to 10. Now whenever I am using index location, it will exclude 10. It will give till 9 number. But whenever we will use LOC only, and at that time we will write down 0 to 10, it will give us till 10. Okay, Rajat, here. Yes, you are writing from 0. You should write it from the 0, because indexing starts from the 0. Okay, now you know the difference between LOC and the ILOC. Still no. Now, your data. First of all, let me check out what is your original data. I hope that you have removed some data, because your data is starting from 91, right? Because you have removed your zero row. Whenever you are removing draw, right? Right? So remember that if you have removed your first row, whenever we were learning the topic of a data dot drop. Okay, check out that. Now clear. So this is the headache of a data scientist. Whatever you are doing, you should know what you are doing with your data set. Okay. Now after this, whenever now what is our condition now? We want our data of from 0 to 3, 0 to 3, but I want only their survived and their name, survived or and only their names. That means I have to get data of this and their names. Okay, right? Now we have to fetch this only data, this much data. So for this, there are the two approaches to fetch out this data set. First is by using data dot LOC. LOC means location. Now give me the data from 0 till 3. 0 till 3, no issue. Whatever will take 0 to 3 as of now. And after this, I am going to write down after comma the column names. Whatever should be my column names. Now, what is my first column? That is, I want the data of survive. So I will write down here survive. Then comma, then column of name. Now this is name. Now this is giving me only that much data. Okay, but whenever we have to use data dot ILOC, and there we have to only the permission of to use of the index locations. That means we have to start from 0 till n till not 3, now 4, right? Now we have to write down till 4 because it excludes fourth index. And now look at here, this one is the interesting. Now here we don't have the permission of to write down the column names. We have to similarly write down the column index. What? We have to write down the column index. So this is the your 0 index, this is your 1. So I will write down like first of all 1, and then what is name having? 0 1 2 3. Okay, now got it. Now you know the difference, major difference between LOC and the ILOC. Index means you have to only permission of write down index. Location means you can write down whatever name if there is available. Yes. Now write down this two codes. Hmm? Completed. Now, whenever, let us say that if your interview is going on the pandas, so they may ask you, can you give me the data from 5 to 10 of P class and their fair So can you do this one now? Do it. You have to fetch data from 5 to 10 of survived and fair. Yes, by using both approaches, LOC and ILOC. Hmm? Yes. Completed. Okay. Now look at here. Now let us move to next point. That is, now we are going to set our index. Okay. We are going to set our index. Now I am going to set my index as a name. That means this is your index. You can also change this index. Now how? You can write down your column name. Now I am writing my column of name. Set index is equal to column. Now look at here. Now index is having names, right? Yes. According to your, yes, directly it come with the names, because we have set the index is equal to now name. Okay. Now this is not going to saved as a permanently. Now you know why it is not saved as a permanently as of now. Tell me why it is not saved as a permanent inside your data. Check out your data now. What is your data? Because what you have to do after this, right? In place is equal to true, because that is the command. You have to give the permission. But don't make it as a in place is equal to true. Or have you made it? No issue. Then again execute your first line of data, whatever your data is. Don't make it as in place is equal to true. Keep it as the original data now. Or have you made it? You made? Doesn't made it? Okay, no issue. Good. But you can write down note ahead of this. If I have to make it as a permanent, so I have to write down in place is equal to true. After comma here. Yeah. Okay. Now remember one thing, that whenever tomorrow you are going to work on any data set, so don't try to apply anything inside your original data set. First of all, try to make it a copy. So how to make copy? Data 1, otherwise whatever you can write down, df is equal to my data, otherwise data dot copy, there is nothing any difference. Data is also is equal to df. Now df dot head, right? This is the your first of all approach whenever you are going to apply anything there. Okay, now look at here. Whenever we have to fill anything inside our data set, now df dot fill na means nan values. Okay, you have to fill out your nan values, you can fill it whatever you want. Okay, now I am saying that fill it with the data 5. Okay, now look at here that all NaN values are filled with the data science, but we don't have to make it, we don't have to fill it like any value, right? There are the different types of approaches. Okay, now how can we fill all these values? Okay, let me check that first of all. Df, yeah, it is not saved because no. If we have to save it in a permanent, we have to write down in place is equal to true. Now we will check first of all the column of age. Age dot is null, and I will apply the filter of data because it is giving me values in a true and false. If I will apply original data here, sorry, I have to apply df. Remember one thing, that what you have to apply df, because now our data is inside the df, because we are keeping as it is our original data inside data. Now these are my nan values inside the column of a age. Look at here, all the values are the, that means how much values are there? 177, right? 177 values are missing inside the age column. Now how can we fill all these values? So we can fill these values df dot, no, first of all df of age, which column we have to fill? Df of age. Df dot age dot uh, fill na. Okay, df1 df of age uh, dot fill na. Now how I have to fill these values? I can fill all these values with the help of a mean of age, whatever the mean of age is coming there. So I will apply df of, fill it with the value of df of age of dot what, mean, mean. Okay, so first of all I am not executing this cell, I am first of all showing you what is the value of df of age of mean. What is value this? It is coming as a 29. So all the missing values will be filled with which value? 29. Now this is filled. Now again I am checking that is there any null values or not. So it is showing as it is also still available. Now why, tell me, it is why available? Yes, so we have to make it permanent. So that's why I will write down in place is equal to what? Yes, we have to apply comma. Now I will check with this. Now is there any null value present? What it is? Okay, we executed wrong code. What? Yeah, we have to check this one. Now it is, look at here, it is showing 891 length. Means all values are now filled, right? So where is that available missing values? Yeah, first missing value was at the fifth index. So let me check that data. What is that fifth index? Data dot head of six. Now at the fifth index, what is age 29? And this age is filled with the approach of a mean, right? Actually, we are going to discuss all these things in the details in the class of our statistics. After this, after libraries class. Okay. Now write down this. First of all, yeah, here. No, no, you have to make copy. Now what is happening here? Whatever none values are available inside our data set, all the column values will be filled with the data science. Yes. And now we are going to do the analysis of single column. That's why we are going to apply single by single, because age is single column and we have to apply the mean of only age column. Remember that whenever tomorrow you are going to work on any company, there you are going to look at out all these codes. So try to upload it on your GitHub account. Five? No, because these are the only null values. This is the list of the null values. Now look at here. Now apply the mean. You can write down a message here. We have filled our null values with the mean of age column. Filled the null values with the mean of age column. With the mean of age column. Now, if you are writing all these comments, so whenever tomorrow you are going to do the revision of this pandas class, you will get to know that all about things. What is this code and what is meaning of this code? So try to write down all the comments. Completed. Completed. Okay. Now after this, check out your data df dot describe. Now look at here, all the values are present or not. All the values are present or not, right? Because every count is now 891 is there. So this is the approach we are going to learn in details in the class of statistics. Okay. Now after this, what we are going to learn? We are going to learn the operation of a concatenate. Okay. If we have to merge data with our current data set. Okay. Now uh, what we will do? We will first of all create two data set. Okay. Now first of all, I am creating my D1. My D1 is equal to df dot head of 5. First 5 data set. Okay. Now this is my df is D1. Now D2 is equal to df dot 10 of 5. Okay. Now this is my D2. Okay. Now what I have to do? I have to perform operation of a concatenation. Okay. Concatenation. Okay. Now what is concatenation? Means we are going to merge our data. So how can we merge this data? Simply we have to write down code of pd dot concat pd.concat, and inside the concat, remember that you are going to write down your data set inside the list d1 and d2. D1 and D2. Now look at your data set. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are your last 5 and this is your first 5. Okay. If you look at here, look at that. This is our data set from 1 to 5. Okay. And this is our another data set from last 5. Right. And we are doing the operation of a concatenation, means in a single page. Okay. Okay. Now this is your concatenation operation. You can save it inside any variable if you want. Okay. Now what we will do, we will going to similarly look at here. This is D1 and D2. Okay. Now if I have to write down my data set, first of all tell me, we are writing data set in which direction? We are merging our data set in which direction? This is your which direction and this is your which direction? Tell me. This is your 0 and this is your 1. If you are adding your data set without writing down your direction, that means it will be directly written down in the 0th direction means below of this. What if I have to write down code ahead of this here? So at that time I have to write down my axis is equal to 1. Okay, let us perform pd dot concat. Inside the concat, I am going to write down my d1 and d2, and then after this, I am going to define my axis is equal to 1. Okay, now look at here. Now what happened here? Okay, now look at here. This is our data set from, look at here, 0 to 4 means from 1 to 5. 1 to 5 here, and our data set ending here. Okay, now after this it is starting to write down my data set below of this, but inside the new column, inside the new column, and other values are filled with the nan. If you will look at here, look at here, this is our first of all data of 1 to 5, and it was having these columns. Let us say that it is having 4 columns. But what I told him that you have to add new data at this location. But it is adding data at here after completion of this. After completion of this 5, it is, this is your tail. 5 tail. Now what is, how data set is getting added here, and these other values are filled with, tell me, right? It is going to fill it with the values of none, this and this, right? Now first of all write down this main two codes. Have you written for this pd.concat? Define df, d1 and d2. df1 and d2. Hmm? Yes, we can do it. Yeah, we can save this file. How can, which one, this one or whatever your file has? Okay, now let us say that this is my d1. Okay, uh, pd 2. Okay, what is the name? Okay, d1 dot 2 csv, d1 dot 2 csv. And here you can write down that not cleaned data, cleaned Titanic. Okay, cleaner dot Titanic dot CSV. Okay, now look at here. This file is created. Which file I have taken? D1. Okay, I have to take that DF. That DF is the main file, right? DF. Yeah, you can do it. DF dot to CSV Excel, whatever you want. You can write down whatever name you want. But what is the procedure? PD dot to CSV to save that file, and that file will be saved in which location? Tell me. What? No, in current directory where we are writing our code. At that directory, your file will be saved. Titanic cleaned. Okay. Now DF. Okay, I have to check down here. Yeah, this is the file. Titanic cleaner. Look at this. This is your file. Okay. Yeah, it is saved. Okay. So this is for the today, and from the tomorrow we'll start the next library of NumPy, and then again we will start with the Matplotlib, Cbond, and Cufflinks. All this library we are going to learn. So do you think that it is easy or not? I think it is easy compared to Excel. Okay, what you can do, you can paste or upload your these files on LinkedIn. Yeah, all the pandas code, and try to write down all this code in a one file. So you have written in a one file. Okay, then great. Okay, now file is also uploaded.